So with Gangwon and Seoul advancing to the AFC Champions League Elite 16, we've had a bit of a taste of what's to come. Take a look at the team news first up. Cho Hyun-woo starting in goal, as you would expect, well known around the world. Across the back line, leading into what looks like a 4-2-3-1 formation. Lee Jae-ik getting the nod to start alongside Kim Young-kwon at the back, with Jung Sung-hyun and Milos Trojik on the bench. A lot of empty seats in this Ulsan stadium. We'll look at the Gangwon team news as Park Jung-hyo starts in goal. Shin Min-ha forced onto the bench. Park Ho-young, the giant centre-back who's occasionally been used up front, starts alongside Mark. Looking at midfield, Lee Gi-hyuk in the middle with the promising Lee Seung-won on the bench. Has been talk about the Korean League moving to an autumn-winter competition, but that would be an issue to address. Well, there's an early free kick in a dangerous position. The first real chance at goal for either of these teams. It's Tucci. Well, that's disappointing. Straight to the wall from Bojanic, but he picks up the return ball. And a corner. Ulsan, I'm sure, will have that in mind, that it's possible. As Park Jung-hyuk with a very strong effort, the best of the game so far for either side. And he doesn't need too much of a sniff, does he? It's a well-worked header. Cho Hyun-woo has possibly, well, let's just have a look what's happened here. I don't know whether the bounce of the ball has just taken him by surprise, or if mud is flicked up into his face. Not seeing a great deal of either of these sides attacking midfield threats, but maybe a sign of change. Yago Cariello goes to ground, no foul. Whether that sort of challenge would have elicited that sort of response, but here's Yago for a different sort of reason, getting some attention. This time it was part of the revamp last year that didn't really work for Ulsan, must be said. But here's Lee Dong-kyung, the star man. Need to get him on the ball more. And if anyone's going to change this game in one moment, it's him. But there's Yago! Yago Cariello! And I guess we should add him to the list of match-winning players. Is that going to be a transformational goal? We need to see a replay. He was just about the last man. No one seems to be appealing for any infraction or offside, but let's just have another look here. Choi Hyun-taek with a cross, everyone's onside, and certainly that's still onside. And it's disappointing defending for Gangwon because it's a deflection, just spins off. Possibly Lee Gi-hyuk here, and Yago reacts first. It's a poacher's finish. Good tenacious work from the Brazilian. And now Kim Young-kwon being too cute with it. Could have had a go at goal. Here's Bojanic and Pedrinho! Marco Tucci with a touch away. Pedrinho. Ulsan ready to attack. Tucci will get a booking maybe here. Not the worst challenge, but Pedrinho was running clear. May just have got away with it. Clumsy at the back for Ulsan. Need to be more clinical than that. As Mo Jae-hyun is brought down, this is a dangerous position. If they can do better with this free kick than their previous. And it's Lee Gi-hyuk! Oh, off the woodwork! Much better. Kim Dae-won. And there's a great run, and it's straight at the keeper. Kang Jun-hyuk with options all around. and went for the exact wrong choice, which was passing it into the keeper's legs. Look at the run, it's brilliant. Bojanic, that's better. And options all around for Jae-seok-yeon. It's Yago! It's 2-0! And the league's top scorer doubles his tally. I'm telling you now, this is a different Ulsan, this is a different Yago in 2026. Against the run of play, Gangwon have been coming into it more and more, failed to execute a couple of reasonably good chances. Park Sung-hyuk with a nice little flick out to Kim Dae-won, leaves it for Song Jun-sok. Still Song Jun-sok, and Seo Min-woo was appealing there. Still Gangwon had opportunities on the edge of the box. Go Young-jun not able to make one count, and here is Yago, and he will be the counter threat. Here he is still inside the Gangwon box, into Lee Dong-kyung, and couldn't make it pay, but Ulsan do look dangerous and deal with strikers better than they have with Yago. It would be a massive statement of intent for Seoul if they get the season going with a winner in Incheon. And I think what we can say so far is that Ulsan are in better shape than they were at the end of last season. And Gangwon, this is a year when Gimcheon will be demoted as the military contract shifts, who needs to have his real season for Gangwon, having had his military service come to a close as Bojanic blasts it over the bar. Does well to intercept. So Lee Dong-kyung chips it into the box, and they've got aerial options, and it's essentially cleared off the line by Park Sung-hyuk. Lee Jae-ik up from defence. Looked like it was going to creep into the corner, but possibly you could easily say they've earned that luck. And Bojanic, Yago, searching for the hat-trick. From the summer onward, with signings and players returning from military service, so can't rest too heavily on the excuses. It's Pedrinho coming off, and it's Benji Michel coming on. Well, here is another new boy coming into the fold. It's Park Sung-hyuk now, the last bit of business he's going to do today. This is a lot better from Gangwon. Can they create something at the end of it? Klaikal back to Kim Dae-won, blasts it over. Troyak is coming on. Defender on for midfielder. Mo Jae-hyun, Lee Seung-won, Lee Ki-hyuk. It's still pinging around. Kim Dae-won unable to find a teammate or the target. It's Kim Dae-won. Gets much more height on that effort than a similar free kick in the first half. Shin Min-ha, young defender who was overlooked from the starting 11, gets the touch on the ground at Incheon, just getting news of that. That's a slightly better opportunity, but Kim Dae-won dragging it wide. And Ulsan have looked dangerous with Yago. And now, first real go forward for Benji Michel, the new signing. Good low cross. And Lee Kyun! 3-0. And surely 3 points. It looked like they'd fumbled their chance there. Lee Dong-kyung in the box. The ball came to Lee Kyun and he had to turn and shoot, and it almost dribbled into the corner of the net. Well, it's certainly a dream start now for Ulsan, if it wasn't already. Benji Michel showing why Ulsan have signed him. Mo Jae-hyun finding form in the second half of the year. Here he is. Not found his form today. Strikes that one on target, but low, and an easy take for Choi Hyun-woo. Good area, but no one was attacking it. So Min-woo does very well, and that is the clean sheet gone, and a debut goal for Abdullah Klaikal, and maybe then a silver lining for Gangwon. They're going to need goal scorers, Gangwon. Something that was lacking last year, as I said earlier. And when you sign a new player, adapting to a new system, new country, culture. And there is the final whistle. A resounding 3 points for new manager Kim Hyun-suk. Familiar face at Ulsan. Certainly too early to make too many bold declarations, but Ulsan do not look like they're a team in the mood to struggle again in the bottom half, to be threatened by a relegation playoff. Instead, can they look to challenge at the very least Jeonbuk and the domination that Hyundai Motors showed last year?